If you like Back in Action, watch Cameron Diaz's underrated $262 million action movie with Tom Cruise before it leaves streaming. Back in Action marks an exciting new role for Cameron Diaz, creating a fun and lighthearted return to acting for the star. Along with Diaz, Back in Action's cast is led by Jamie Foxx as the other half of the couple of retired spies. As Emily and Matt, the well-known actors have to resume their former lives as spies in order to protect their kids and themselves. The spies have to return to a mission from 15 years earlier to avoid being killed, but Back in Action's ending twist keeps audiences guessing at whom the real villain could be. Not only is Back in Action an entertaining watch, but the movie also marks Cameron Diaz's return to acting after retiring over a decade ago. The actor chose to step back from acting in 2014 in order to focus on herself and the things that were important to her, and she certainly stayed busy with other ventures during that time. Luckily for audiences, though, Back in Action cemented Diaz's return by showing that she still has all the same action and comedy skills that marked so many of her earlier films, including one underrated one with Tom Cruise. After Back in Action, watch Cameron Diaz in Night and Day. Fans of Back in Action should check out Night and Day next, and the 2010 movie is currently streaming on Max. Like Back in Action, Night and Day is a fun action comedy that does not take itself too seriously. Cameron Diaz stars as June, a mechanic and bridesmaid in her sister's wedding, who accidentally crosses paths with a spy and becomes entangled in a murderous adventure. Where Emily, at the beginning of Back in Action, is all too ready to get back into espionage, June is much more hesitant and actively tries to escape from Cruise's character, Roy. Be sure to watch Night and Day soon, as it will be leaving Max at the end of February. Jude's confusion about her situation and Roy's involvement in a criminal plot plays perfectly for laughs throughout the movie. This is especially visible through her chemistry with her fellow star, as the two characters balance each other out perfectly in much the same way as Jamie Foxx in Back in Action. Night and Day is very fast-paced, keeping audiences entertained throughout, and the movie is truly carried along by the performances of its verifiable action stars. In short, it is the perfect watch for fans of Back in Action. Back in Action is a reminder of how good Cameron Diaz is in action roles. Despite her acting break, Cameron Diaz remained a big name in Hollywood throughout that time, and her performance in Back in Action proves why. Diaz is always great in action roles, especially those that play into her comedic talents, like Night and Day or Back in Action. These movies are not the exception either, since Diaz is even more well-known for her role in films like Charlie's Angels and its sequel. There is just something about Diaz that allows her to steal the scene in every action movie she is in, regardless of whether it is an action sequence. While Cameron Diaz is equally talented in dramatic roles, the combination of action and comedy is where she truly shines. Moreover, Diaz's delivery style of quick-witted comedy is something that has fallen out of favor, or at least not been done quite so charmingly since her roles in the 2000s, making it even more exciting to see her return in Back in Action. While Cameron Diaz is equally talented in dramatic roles, the combination of action and comedy is where she truly shines. Not every actor has the talent to carry out comedic roles while also focusing on the action aspects of the movie, as Back in Action's popularity with Netflix audiences shows. What Cameron Diaz is doing after Back in Action. While Back in Action has not been received highly by critics, it has certainly become a hit with audiences, proving how exciting Diaz's return to acting is. The new Netflix movie is a good start, but Cameron Diaz has even more lined up. According to Deadline, Diaz is scheduled to star in the Apple TV Plus movie Outcome, which will also star Keanu Reeves and Jonah Hill. Hill will also serve as the director. Excitingly, Diaz is also slated to return to her role as Fiona in Shrek 5, which is scheduled to be released on July 1, 2026. Both of Diaz's confirmed upcoming projects are massive wins for audiences, particularly since one will continue a very successful franchise over 15 years after the last installment. Diaz's future movies will give her the chance to continue to revitalize her career, though it is clear that she will also continue her work in other industries as well. Given her past career, current back-in-action fame, and what she has lined up ahead, it is certain that Cameron Diaz will continue to impress audiences as she has before.